How culture affects attachments in relationships. Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chibuike Emmanuel Ikechukwu, an integrative psychotherapist and couples counselor. Today, we're going to be looking at something many people don't think about when it comes to relationships. How culture shapes the way we connect, attach, and even handle love. You've probably heard of attachment styles: secure, anxious, avoidant, or disorganized. But what we sometimes forget is that these styles don't exist in a vacuum. They are influenced by our upbringing, family values, and yes, the culture we were raised in. Think about, think about it. The way someone raised in a traditional African home approaches closeness and dependence may be very different from someone who grew up in a highly individualistic Western culture. Neither is better or worse. They are just different, and those differences can show up in a powerful way in relationships. Today, I'll break this down into three parts. Number one, how cultural values shape attachment. Number two, common cultural differences in attachment patterns. Number three, what to do if cultural differences in attachment are creating tension in your relationship. Let's take the first one, how culture shapes attachment. Let's start with these basics. Attachment styles begin forming in childhood through the way caregivers respond to us. Culture sets the stage for this. For example, in some cultures, interdependence is highly valued. Family closeness, shared responsibilities, and emotional support are seen as sign of love. In such environments, children often grow up with the expectation that closeness is safe, even necessary. On the other hand, in cultures that prioritize independence, children may be encouraged from a young age to self-soothe, solve problems alone, or move out of the family home early. This can foster self-reliance, but it might also lean towards avoidant attachment if emotional needs were overlooked. Even ideas like good parenting differ across cultures. In some families, constant monitoring and involvement is seen as love. In others, it might be viewed as overprotective. These cultural definitions directly influence how secure or insecure we feel in our relationships later in life. Number two, cultural differences in attachment patterns. Let's look at some patterns. There are collectivist cultures, like many parts of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. They tend to value togetherness. People may affect or may expect high levels of closeness in relationships. Anxious attachment can sometimes be normalized because depending on each other is part of life. Individualistic cultures like the US, UK, or parts of Europe, they often value independence. They value independence. Avoidant attachment may be more common because people are specialized to or socialized to handle life on their own, and needing others too much can be seen as weakness. Or the mixed or immigrant backgrounds. This is where things get interesting. Someone raised in collectivist families but living in an individualistic society feel torn. For instance, they might deeply value family closeness but also want to pursue independence. In relationships, this tension can look like being warm and close one moment, then pulling away the next moment. Gender roles and cultural expectations also play a part. In some cultures, men may be discouraged from expressing vulnerability, which can reinforce avoidant attachment. Meanwhile, women may be encouraged to be more emotionally expressive, sometimes reinforcing anxious attachment. Now, these two people from different, when two people from different cultural backgrounds come together, these differences can show up in very real, sometimes challenging ways. Part three, navigating cultural differences in attachment. So, what happens when your cultural background affects your relationships? First, awareness is key. Recognize that your partner's ways of showing love or handling conflict might come from cultural conditioning, not a lack of care. Secondly, communicate. Instead of assuming your partner is being cold, clingy, or difficult, ask. Ask this question. Is this how you were taught to handle closeness? Or what did love look like in your family? These questions can open doors. Thirdly, find balance. If you're more independent and your partner values closeness, meet in the middle. Maybe you learn to share more of your emotional world while your partner gives you space when needed. And if these cultural attachment clashes are causing deep pain, don't be afraid to seek support. Therapy can help unpack not just your personal history, but also how cultural values are shaping your attachment style. To wrap up, culture plays a bigger role in our attachment patterns than we often realize it. It shapes how we love, how we fight, and how we expect to be cared for. The good news is, once you understand the cultural lens you and your partner are looking through, you can move towards healthier, more secure connections. Thanks for watching. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. And if you'd like me to dive deeper into cultural influences on relationships, let me know in the comment. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.